some what I refer to as gorilla fixing.
Wait, what?
Oh no, was shit crashing on stream?
Nope, quite the opposite. I had to adjust one of my fans, aka I had to pop in the emergency fan.
Captain?
Because I needed...
I must let you know that the ad for your stream,
Yes?
it's perfect.
What was it?
It's advertising Taco Bell.
Oh, God.
I love Taco
Of
Bell.
course it is. Of course
Taco
it is.
It's the best restaurant. It's scientifically proven to be the
it a
healthiest restaurant.
Healthiest restaurant. What?
Have you ever had like a Taco Bell salad?
No.
Why?
Who ever
Why would
goes
I
to a
ever?
Taco Bell and gets a
It's
salad?
when you
Exactly.
order a lettuce, tomato, meat, and cheese, and you mix it all together in like a box, and it's a Taco Bell salad.
No.
For the sake of things, I'm gonna send the tiniest picture specifically to Nene because I can't send it to anyone else at
What?
this immediate second. The picture I'm gonna send to you is via text, and it's what I mean by gorilla setup.
How are you sending it?
Text. I just said that.
Okay, I'm like, where are you sending this?
Text. I'm sending this via gorilla setup right now.
I'm waiting.
I'm gonna see what the latency on stream is. Ultimately, that's gonna be the thing. I want to see how how long it takes the difference between things.
Oh,
gonna
it's
say
downloading.
What do you mean is downloading?
My phone has to download images.
That's
a
sounds
huge
atrocious.
fan.
Yeah, I told you, gorilla setup.
That's a huge fan. You know, I have two like mini fans.
Yeah, I know. So do I, and I have both of them are really underpowered because I bought them and I was very angry with how like garbage they are.
Mine are metal and battery powered.
Yeah, okay. Here's my only problem with this thing. This only happens when we do D&D.
That's not
Wonder
true.
why.
It also happens when you freaking play Genshin.
I'm like
You-
Genshin?
When your laptop just like ends up burning up.
Oh yeah, that my laptop is when I pretty much run any game
Oh, I forgot to start playing
because
music.
my laptop's over. Well, congratulations. I said that out loud. I run everything off a laptop. Everything.
Did they not know that already?
I don't know.
I don't think that's gonna affect me too much.
No. I meant like the fact that I run everything, which is kind of insane. What I'm able to capably do off of a laptop.
I
Oh,
used
yeah.
to do all my streams on a laptop.
Yes, but it was even
I
you
still have
hated
those
it.
laptops.
Yeah.
One of them almost caught on fire.
Yes, did.
I still have it, and it still goes tick 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 whenever I charge it.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
That is literally death
Unless
right
I
there.
forgot you were here. Oh my god.
How do you forget he's here?
Because he wasn't talking!
Omar doesn't talk.
Well, Omar and Atlas, they aren't
I know, but still, Omar, Alice gets into character.
He does. I appreciate it.
Alice gets
I
super.
can't see my eyes, but I'm staring you down.
There you go.
go.
Check Discord.
Yeah, accurate.
Bit.
Even the little tiny hand.
Yeah, yes, the little tiny hand and everything.
It's just me. Watching all of you.
Okay. All right.
Hey guys,
I'll
are we
be
gonna do
watching.
D&D tonight, or are we
Yes,
just gonna...
no, trust me. Well, this is all part of D&D. Just shitting around for 20 minutes before we actually start. That's 100% how D&D
Do we want to
played.
recap because I just finished like cutting down the last stream, so I know what happened to like a
It's
point.
like, then give us the recap.
I don't know exactly what happened in the bar because my character wasn't there, so someone might want to do that part. But for the rest of it, I'm trying to get my chat open. Elias and I wandered around town aimlessly for an hour, trying to find something. We found nothing. We ended up arriving back to exactly where we were before. And the shopkeepers noticed us, helped us. Elias ended up buying a sheepskin blanket, I think it was. And
Yes.
I ended up buying 2 toys, a plush fox and a statue fox. And
There's a
then
toy
the
shop.
people pointed out that across the street was the inn/tavern, which is what is currently on screen. Before Elias and I went back there, we proceeded to go to the church in town, which belongs to the goddess Biori, the goddess of harvest.
For the sake of things.
And there's the town.
Yeah, for the sake of things, here's the town map.
I spoke to the father and the sister while Elias was looking at my journal because I told him entertain himself with my journal. He was able to read some words in it, names and such. We were also able to find out from the merchants, I believe on our way back, or at least Elias was able to find out that the tower in the back of the town, the big large tower, is a library, and it's been closed for quite some time. It's where most of the magic books are kept. It is owned by the Maxmar family, which happens to be also the family of the mayor. The mayor is a Maxmar, and they live in a mansion that is also in town. Then we arrive at the inn, which is called the Laughing Lion Inn. It's also a tavern. I am aware of the fact that Omar flirted with Sign. Sasha didn't like that. Sasha
Sounds
glared
nice.
at him. They got rooms. I think it's 2 rooms, one for Sasha and Sign and one for Omar. Omar's in his room. Sasha and Sign are still at the bar. That's when Elias and I walked in. I immediately saw the dwarfs with red hair and thought of Barristan Redwood, which was the dwarf that was frozen back at the weather vane. Another detail that Captain pointed out, I don't know why I remember this, was there was a man sitting in the corner of the room, strumming at the lyre, trying to get people's attention, but no one approached him, so we don't know. And I think that's about it that I
There is
remember.
one other semi-important thing, not for you, but specifically for Omar, that was left out of that information.
Well, yeah,
and that is
'cause I was...
that is the pet shop Bedazzers.
Yes, the pet shop! I forgot about Bedazzles!
Bedazzers.
Bedazzers!
Bedazzers.
The pet shop that's across from the inn.
Yep. There's a few other shops that are
That he
currently
almost
just
broke
not-
into and got arrested for.
Almost wanted to bust into
Almost.
the pet shop.
Almost.
Almost. You tried breaking open a bay window.
And I would have done it. And I would have done it if it wasn't for you and your blasted flinge.
Yeah.
I'm also currently like sugar high, caffeine high.
Yep.
And I would not be surprised if I crash at some point, so.
Oh boy. Alright,
Oh,
so
God.
we're gonna move ourselves back over into the tavern, into the inn. Where for the night Omar has gone into his room. And leaves the rest of you currently here in the tavern space. Now, who would like to do something right now?
By the way, this is the guy with the lyre over here.
Yes.
And here's where the doors are, over here at these 2 tables.
Yes.
And then there's Sign and Sasha.
Real quick, I looked to go see if there's another like quest board or anything in the town or in the tavern, should I say?
Ah, excellent question. You are able to easily find a quest board. In fact, not only do you find a quest board, you find an active map of the town. You should be able to see this now in your inventory.
Imagine that.
Inventory!
Imagine that. Here is said map when I'm able to.
It
click
looks like a
and-
high school project.
Oh god.
What do you? What do you mean a high school project? I made it in high. I made it in high school.
Exactly. I made a similar map in high school for a Utopia town that I made.
Oh, I made this in 5 minutes.
Mine was thought out. It had like farms, and it had like windmills, and it had
dear.
town centers. It was like a utopia, but it was for a dystopian book. It was supposed to be like a glass dome to brace against a blizzard. Wow, this is convenient.
Well, yeah. Wow, this is convenient, you say. Convenient, you say.
It was a glass dome to brace against a blizzard.
Yep. So this is the map. For the reference of things, you all came in through this entrance point, which is at the top of the picture.
I don't see where you're clicking at all. If you're
I'm not clicking. I'm not clicking.
You can't ping on a picture.
I can't ping on a picture, but what I can do, and what I can express to you all, is where it is on this map.
We came from the north entrance.
I'm getting you there. Hold on. I'm getting you there. I'm getting you there. I'm getting you there. Because now you all get to see the map.
It turned. We came from over
flipped.
here. Right?
Yes. Yep, you came in from this one because this has everything that you need to talk about.
Okay.
Yes.
Real quick, because you last stream you said that the mansion was up north from town center. So would that be the fields? So okay, it's that one. Okay.
This building.
Thank you.
This building is this, and this is the up on the high hill.
The tower.
Yeah, I was gonna say that
tower
looks
and
like
library.
a tower.
The tower and library that is that is up on the high hill. Yes.
What's this?
Got it. Thank you.
Where's the church?
More barren fields. The church, is technically right here.
And where's the laughing lion?
Right here.
Oh. Okay. So we just like walked around in the circle here.
You literally, if I could draw a line, I'm gonna draw a line real fast.
Yes, please.
You did this.
So we did.
You 100% did this.
We walked around a circle.
Square. It's a square.
It's a square. I was being generous with my line work. Now, only if I can figure out how to delete the drawings every time. Because I can't do it from that page. I have to do it from the other page. There you go. Here we go.
This is the church.
Yep.
This is the laughing lion.
Darn, I thought you were going to make a joke for a second.
This is the tower. That's the mansion.
Sasha.
Is this a graveyard?
Hold on. Hold on.
That looks like a graveyard.
I'm going to deafen myself real fast.
It does look like a graveyard.
Can I go there and speak to the dead?
We're inside the inn right now.
What?
We're in the inn right now, technically.
Yeah, so?
So you just walk straight out and say, I know where the graveyard is.
It's almost midnight.
Oh, I see.
It's dark. It's getting dark.
I thought it was still like noon last time we checked.
It was noon when it started snowing.
Alright, well, we need to clarify that then.
I did clarify it before we
Wait,
started.
what time is it right now when we're in the inn right now, Ragna?
It is roughly would be constituted as 6 p.m.
6 p.m. Okay.
It's getting dark.
I'm waiting for Sasha to come back because currently Sasha's deafened.
Is that the graveyard? This.
Yes, that is the graveyard.
Okay.
Also, did you enjoy that, Sasha?
Yeah, I just listened to it. It was everything I hoped and dreamed for.
Good, beautiful.
I'm confused.
It's okay.
Sasha put in hype. Sasha put in high pitch to RR. Sasha put in high pitch to RR. I had to deafen myself. I know. Here's the thing. I don't have a high pitched voice. This is my high pitched voice.
Does anyone know Kingdom Hearts?
Yes.
You know Larxine's laugh?
Oh my god, yes.
I used to mimic that all during like middle school until now, and I still scare people.
Yeah, I can understand why.
What? That is not her laugh. Nope.
I know it's not. If I didn't have a little bit of something stuck in my throat still, I would do Kefka's, but we'll move on from that point.
That doesn't answer the question. I don't know who that is.
Final Fantasy.
Oh, yeah, so I wouldn't know.
No, you wouldn't.
Is that a well?
So, yes! Fun fact, that is a well! We're going to talk about that well in a little bit. Because the well wasn't of much significance last time. Mainly simply because the DM forgot he drew a well, and he knows why he drew the well, and remembers why the well is there now.
Oh no.
I think I know why.
No, you
Secret
don't.
way to get into the tower, maybe.
No.
Damn.
No.
If only Coda was here.
Don't mind.
If only Coda was here, she would jump in.
That's what I was thinking.
I think we'll see about that. Either way, yes, that is the cemetery, the Maxmar house, the library, the church, and
Hey, stop drinking energy drinks.
No!
I'm not drinking energy drinks.
I am.
Are you watching her stream too? Is that's why we know?
Yes.
There
I
we
saw her
go.
take a big gulp.
That looks right. Also for reference,
That
this is
emoji.
and for references. Oh come on, really? Oh, now you're not letting me ping the new part of the map. This is Bedazzers.
My drinks.
Ah. So it's kind of right next to the
Oh my
hotel.
god, you're a drink goblin.
Yes, she is 100% drink alcohol.
I have at least 3 drinks at my desk at a time.
Oh my god.
I have 2, but one of them's water. So.
I have a mini fridge down the hallway.
You mean like all of 20 feet away?
It's empty, but I do have it.
Either way. So yes, now we have all that information for the rest of the whole crew who know where everything is finally. Now you get to see the map finally. The DM map. Now we finally get to see the DM map. Or at
The
least for the
DM
most
map?
part,
We have a map
the
of
DM.
you?
No, the map that I made and was supposed to have ready session 1, but never got fully put together because I couldn't find it because it wasn't I didn't have availability to it. All right, for the reference sake of that, there we go. I'm moving that over here. Now we can see everything.
Huh?
Nothing for myself. It was driving myself nuts. Okay, so let's move you all back to the bar, shall we?
Laughing
And
Lion Inn.
Back to the
Can I
laughing
get-
lion. Yes,
Can I do a perception check just to kind of just see everyone around the room?
absolutely. Give me a perception check, please.
I keep forgetting that we're there in the doorway.
Oh.
What'd you get?
Okay.
Oh god.
Two.
Hold on, I gotta look. Hold on.
What's
give
your
me a
modifier?
second.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking. I got a 5 total.
Okay.
That's better than what I would have gotten.
better
I have
than
a
2.
-1.
I'm gonna give you the same information you would have gotten last time at basic levels of information.
Uh-huh.
These are dwarves. These dwarves
Uh-huh.
are the dwarves that are probably the dwarves you were looking. These dwarves are the dwarves you were probably looking for. I'm gonna ping them.
I see
There's 6 of them. They look a lot. I'm saying this one in particular looks very, very familiar and very similar to the dwarf you met in
Barrison.
the other time. Yep, and Barrison. This is a half orc. This woman clearly runs the bar. Her name is Brandy. You remember?
I do remember? Okay.
Because you did talk to her before last time.
Like
And she is neutral currently, as no one has attempted really any basic conversation aside from food.
Okay. That's fine.
And then there's Omar.
And then there's Omar.
I'm here.
All right, real quick. I went to the quest board or whatever. Are there any quests
Yes,
on
the
it
quest
besides
Oh
the map?
yeah, I'm sorry.
Yes, quest board. So we got that information. I had to point out all that stuff because you do see the map, and so I want to point out all the things that you would have recognized on the map so far.
You
Where
think-
is it?
The quest board.
Yeah, the quest board.
The quest board is currently Over. Let me think it for you. It is over right here.
All right, I can't move
Okay.
myself. Just FYI.
Can I move?
That's weird.
I cannot.
Why are you unable to move yourselves? Hold on. Welcome to Everything's a Problem again. Why are you all... Why? This should not be a problem.
Monkey
I
butt.
made sure all this last time that we didn't have these
Ghost
problems.
butt.
I think it just resets every
Stop.
time or something.
It
I said
shouldn't.
monkey butt because that's just what it was in my head, and then I look over and I see ghost butts, and I'm like, same mind waves.
Honestly.
Alright. You should be able to now do things. I'm slowly getting to each and every one of you. Most clearly.
I forgot I had
What?
this.
You forgot you had what?
What is that?
What do you mean, what?
What is that?
Wine of some sort or something? Or
It's an
sparkling
empty
water?
bottle, but there's something in it.
Don't
I
just
hate
drink
that.
it. You don't know. You don't know
There's,
what's in it.
there-
You don't know
it's
how
not
long
liquid.
it's been in
There's
there.
just something in it.
It's a liquid.
Oh wait, there's
Don't
a liquid
drink
in
it.
there.
Don't drink it.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's probably mold.
like way old.
It's probably mold.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Don't.
yeah, that's probably 100% what that is.
I do have this though. I'm not gonna drink it. It's a prop. I'm using it as a prop.
Oh my god.
It's for
All
the
right,
D&D campaign I was writing.
Everyone should freely be able to move people now. So, alright, quest board.
Angry.
On the
angry pig.
physical quest board, you do see a few things. They're not very glamorous overall standing chores, but you do see a few things like help tend the fields from a specific from one person. You see like become a blood donator. The church always needs some good healthy blood for donations to help people who are sick. You see a sign that says
That's a sign.
not that sign. You see another
spam.
posted bulletin that is requesting someone to infer and inquire at the library to become one of the what it refers to in a kind of bolder text, mandatory book returner.
Could be a good in for us.
I see sign.
I'm just messing with
Jam
them.
up. There it is. I know. All right.
Breakfast
I
tacos at Dunkin'. Ooh.
What?
Got another ad.
I heard you say you can come get some tacos at Dunkin'.
Yes.
That's what I heard too.
That's what I said.
I was thinking of like Dunkin' Donuts or something.
Yes, that is 100% what she meant.
They have breakfast tacos now.
Oh, good lord, no.
I love tacos.
I want some donuts.
Ooh.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Lovely. Hold on, I'm just doing a little switchy switch because I feel like something's wrong, and it hates.
Is it my
fine.
attention span?
No, it's a D&D issue. There we go. Everyone's little models were just keep glitching out for a while. And I had to make sure I had changed that. Either way, okay, moving on. So yeah, those are the things that you see on the bulletin board. Not very glamorous things, but you think to yourself, maybe that's a good way of getting ourselves into the library. After all, it's a wizarding town, and if there's anything that wizards need to make sure of, they need to make sure that they can get hold of their book.
All right, and
Especially-
while I'm there, can I look to see if there's any pen of any sort, like quill or whatever?
No.
No, okay.
It's more just like a hey, information and because I'm saying kind of jot it down for yourself if you have something,
Gotcha.
or ask Brandy, for more information.
Can I buy sign a
And now
drink?
everyone. Yes.
Okay, so
So-
I want to go up to the half orc barkeeper Brandy and I'll
Yep.
be like, hey, one drink please.
One drink, please. And it's like she goes like, I can help you. Anything looking for specific? Strong, weak.
I want to like nudge, like sign, and be like, what do you want? Like whatever you want, I got.
She looks at Brandy, gives you like a fun little quirky like little grin. And goes, the most expensive thing you have.
Oh,
Now look
Seeing
at her
whether or
and be
not
like, you're worth it.
She wanted to see if you call a bluff, but nope, you're paying it out. All right. Brandy goes like, I getcha, and she turns around for a second and pulls out this what looks like this bottle of pure red liquid. It's not wine, because when she pops the top of it,
blood.
it's a metal. It is a glass bottle. It's a glass bottle. When she pops the top off, though, it's like a what's the word I'm looking for?
Cork?
No, it's not a cork because it's not made of cork. It's metal. It's like a
bottle cap?
It's like one of those resealable ones. Have you ever seen the ones that, like, attach around the top of like wine bottles? They're usually plastic. They kind of come like on a hinge system. Like a stopper. A stopper.
Yeah.
That's what they're called. It's what you find is a metal stopper, and when she pops it, a little bit of like fire comes out the top, and she pours a mug just full of it, and slides it in front of slides it in between the two of you, and just goes, I hope your stomach holds up.
Oh god.
And she puts the bottle on the table in front of you, resealed back with the proper stopper.
How much is this gonna cost me?
If you drink the whole bottle, it's half price.
That doesn't answer the question.
Okay, so I need to drink the whole bottle, is what you're saying.
Brandy laughs wholeheartedly. I like your spirit. You're not the first who's tried.
Can me and her share it and try to attempt it?
Yes. I allow
Okay,
duos.
one more. Can you allow a trio?
No.
Fuck! I was gonna like scream for Omar.
Omar's upstairs.
That's why I started to scream.
That's fair, but unfortunately, no.
Can I see
No,
this
I
where
allow-
I'm standing?
Yeah, you definitely can. You go, I allow duos, because trust me, sometimes it's needed.
Hello.
Hello.
Slunk. Hey, playful, welcome to D&D. It's like, so,
Wait,
I'm
are
gonna
trios
roll
allowed?
no,
Aw.
no, unfortunately it's a duos thing. At most. Mainly because someone, Brandy chuckles heartily, and basically, and goes along the line of, typically I allow duos because someone needs to pick up their friend off after the first drink.
Okay, what do I need to do to see if I can? What if we can both drink equivalent of a half of this bottle?
A half of the bottle?
Well, like half.
It goes
like
by
each one
the
half.
mug. So it goes by the mug.
Okay.
Who's drinking first? You or Sign?
Well, obviously she is because
Fantastic.
It's her drink.
Fantastic.
I'm not gonna steal her drink from her.
Cool.
She's my girl.
I need to check something now. I need to check my Sign stats.
She's perfect. I can tell you right now.
Let's see. Let's see real fast. Let's see how Sign is holding up. Okay. She goes like She gives you like the, all right, we got this. We totally got this. She takes the first mug, she chugs it down fully, and drops to the floor.
Okay, how much is a mug equivalent to how much is in the bottle? Like, how many mugs will equivalent all the bottle then?
In total, to drink
Yes.
the whole bottle,
Yes,
4.
how many mugs are needed? 4. Okay, so we need
4.
3 more.
you need 3 more.
Okay, and she's gone. She's down for the count.
She's down for the count. She's not dying.
Okay.
But you can see like her face is flesh full red. There could be like cartoon steam coming out of her ears.
Okay. Can I
You just see her
check up on her first?
instantly drop.
Can I check up on her and be like, hey, are you okay? Like, do you need to take this over for you? Like, I'm gonna crouch down because she's obviously to the floor. I'll be like, and I wanna like pat her shoulder and be like, hey, like, are you okay? Like, do you need like water? I wanna
That's
look
the
over
response
at
you get.
Julie and be like, hey, can you watch her? Can you make sure she's okay while I finish this?
I mean, it doesn't seem like she's going anywhere.
Well, that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried she'll just stumble somewhere.
I don't think she's getting back up.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh jeez.
In the meantime, I come back over to watch the spectacle.
Watch the spectacle. What's going on?
Can I get, what is it? Brady? Brady's
Brandy.
attention?
Brandy.
Brandy. Can I get Brandy's attention?
Yes, of course you can. And he goes, "What's up?"
Have any rooms left? I see you have quite a
Rooms?
full bar.
She moves over and goes, it's a bit of a tight squeeze right now, but I think I can still finagle 1, maybe 2. Place is pretty big. I know I sold it to a gentleman already, pointing at the like kind of gesturing to the direction Omar went when he went upstairs.
Did he save me a spot in his room?
That's up for him.
I
to
thought you were
decide.
sharing one with sign.
Yeah, you got a room with sign.
No, I didn't. Did I?
I think
Yeah,
Omar
he
got
got
you
2
a
keys.
room for
Yes,
the 2
he
of
did.
you,
Yes.
and one for him.
Good man.
Yes. After his failing before.
I'm glad he knows.
He knows.
Can I like
Alright.
after her stating that it's kind of tight, can I glance over to Elias and be like, "You want to share?"
I nod my head extremely vigorously. I was just about to ask you how much for her room it was. I spent all of my money on a pelt.
She goes, it's nothing much. It's 2 silver a night.
Well,
Unless I'm wrong about my information, it's been a week since we've done this. I don't quite remember what I told Atlas.
well,
So whatever
I know.
whatever I
know-
told Atlas it was, it's now 2 silver. So if it was more than I cost you, give yourself the math back.
Well,
Are you sure it wasn't a bad charisma check
Captain.
or something?
It's either I was scammed or I just made a profit.
what
One of
happened
the-
was Omar tried handing over 2 golds for the 2 rooms, and she handed back one of the golds, saying 1 was enough to cover both.
Ah,
True.
So she never
this-
said what the price was. She just accepted 1 gold for the 2 rooms.
that is true.
So I
That
don't
is
know
true,
what the
'cause
price
Omar didn't
is.
ask. Omar just handed out 2 gold over.
Yeah.
So then it's 5 silver a room.
I just made the stonks go crazy.
The songs go crazy because the DM didn't write down how much I asked you for.
You said it's 5 silver per room?
Five silver a room.
So how much is half of a silver in bronze?
What?
I'll cover it.
Okay, I don't know how much.
Your
I
God
pass
got
over
you.
2 silver
Dear
or 1
God.
silver, 2
Oh,
silver. Yeah.
sugar god got you.
Your sugar god
Sugar
got
god.
you.
Oh god. Literally, oh god.
Oh God, help him poor.
So I'll
I-
I'll slide 5 silver over to her for the 1 room at the end.
All right. Oh, sorry, I'm losing
Can I
my
try
mind a
taking
bit.
the drink?
Yes, make me a Constitution saving throw.
How do I do that?
So you're gonna roll a d20. You're gonna look at your character sheet, and you're gonna find a stat that is known as Constitution. There is a number there in the saving throws section. Near that number, near your normal scores, you'll find a spot labeled Constitution saving throw.
Real quick
You're
before
gonna
you do that.
Yes.
Sorry. Do you want me to try to ice like your cup before you pour your drink into the cup?
There
Maybe
isn't
to
a
help you
number.
with the fire?
It won't help.
Okay,
It's not
okay.
the
I
reason
thought
why.
maybe because the fire.
There isn't a number
Not
next to
the
saving throw.
What's your Constitution then?
10.
That's why. Because you don't have any modifiers.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
so whatever I get, whatever I get.
Whatever you get is whatever you get.
Instead of D20?
Yep, roll a d20 for me.
Oh!
Oh no.
What'd you roll?
That's a nat one.
Yes.
It's a...
Nat one.
Oh my god.
Let me see. There it is.
You got any
There
spell
it
spots
is.
left, Nene?
Nana, do you need
Oh my
another
God.
disciple of your religion?
What are
Well-
you expecting me to do? I was gonna
Here
look at it
was-
and see if I know what it is first.
You drink the whole... I'm saying you begin drinking it. As you continue to finish, as you get to the very bottom, you're like, I think I'm feeling really good. I think I'm feeling really good. That's in your mind because in reality, you took one tiny sip of it and instantly collapsed to the floor, and you've just been thinking about this that you actually managed to finish the drink in its entirety.
Oh
Oh
god.
my god.
You're just dreaming it.
You're dreaming that you finished the drink and feeling good, when in reality, you've already hit the floor.
Oh
Can
my
I-
God.
Look over to Brandy and be like, what was that anyways? What was in that bottle?
They call they call it the dragon's boil.
I knew
Dear God.
It's just a name. It's just extremely hard dwarven liquor.
it!
So, am I good? Like,
You're
I know I'm on the
hallucinating.
floor. Okay,
You're
like,
hallucinating.
I'm not like dead or anything.
No, you're just hallucinating right now. It's
Okay.
extremely hard dwarven liquor with a tiny splash of, well, in order to keep the power down, to be honest with you, we kind of gave a little bit of cooling magic. That's why you you start, seizing up on us if you kind of points down at the two of them. That.
Do you happen to remember what room you gave the larger man that was with them?
We just want to help them up to their room.
Yeah, we would like his help.
Ah, fair. Yep, I put him in room
I'm
3.
not gonna be able to talk to that girl on my right.
Yeah, that
Yup.
girl's not gonna be able to talk to anybody tonight.
Nope.
Side is in the same position you are.
I feel like me and her bonded, me and Sign. I feel like we went through something
Wake up
together.
side by side. Hey!
We survived!
My favorite context is the fact that you'll be both waking up tomorrow in roughly the same bed, having no idea how either you got there.
True. That's a good point.
True.
Mess up their hair. Maybe take off their boots.
Keep in mind that the 3 functioningly awakened people are Julie, Elias, and Omar.
I'm going to get Omar. I'm getting Omar to come drag them up
good,
their
Omar.
rooms.
I am not strong enough to drag you up the stairs.
We are way too weak for that.
Yeah, get Omar. He protects me. As I protect him.
Omar just
Yeah.
flings you two over his shoulders and just goes up to the room.
So wait, did the barkeep actually
Like
tell
a
us what
sack of
room he was in, or
potatoes.
just the room
3.
they were in?
Room 3.
Okay,
Oh,
room 3.
also, how much do I owe her for the drink that now has practically
You're not
paralyzed
conscious
her?
enough to pay
Yeah,
for
you're
it.
not conscious enough to ask.
Nope. You are hallucinating now.
Elias, can you go get Omar and I'll pay for this?
Yes, of course. So I go to wherever the heck the stairs are.
It's over to the right.
Over to the right. The stairs are over here. Let me ping them for you.
Oh wow,
That's the
I'm
bottom
blind.
of the stairs. That's the bottom of the stairs.
All right,
We're
yeah.
over
So
here.
I go and knock on his door to try to get him.
So, how much were those drinks?
Well, the good news is it's the challenge of the bottle. If you manage to get the whole bottle down, you get it at half price. And you get the bottle for half price. Since they only finished one drink each, they each owe me 2 gold each. So 4 gold.
I'll, wait, how much money do I have? I'll pay for it.
All right. And for the reference, that would have been an 8 gold total. So it's 4 if you it would have been like 4 gold if you manage to get the bottle like down entirely, and you also get like the bottle. The bottle's yours. The bottle was magically enchanted.
Ooh.
You said it was 4 gold in total, right?
Yes, but if you finish the bottle, because it takes 4 full drinks to finish, it's 8.
Still half price.
Am
yeah.
I paying? What am I paying?
4.
4 gold. 4 gold.
Okay.
Putting Omar back on the token there.
I paid the 4 gold. I still have money.
Yes, I know you. Hopefully. Atlas, are you able to move Omar at all? Or does it goof up you as well?
It goofed me up too.
Darn it. Okay. Hold on, I'm fixing you real fast. There. Cool. Thanks. Now you can move freely. Alright.
Let me know that when they're done being moved upstairs.
Yeah, we have stuff
I'll
to
open
do.
up the door as if I was just waking up. You know?
Just waking up.
Yeah, you
Mhm.
didn't want to go to sleep very early today.
I'll be
You just walk away. I'm like,
I just knock on the door, and you know instantly that she's in trouble.
Bitch.
is it both Shine and Sasha?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just
Oh.
carry them
Both
like 2
were-
sacks of potatoes.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
But here's
take
the
Sasha
difference.
first.
Sasha's clearly having an episode. Like, Sasha thinks she's perfectly fine. So she's, like, cheering herself on.
Oh. Is Sign gone?
Sign's
Sign
just
is
passed out.
Sign's
passed
passed out. Sign's passed out. Sasha's having a full-on hallucinogenic episode.
Okay. So then
Free
I'll just
hair.
carry I'll carry what's it called? I'll carry Sign first, and then I'll just try to convince
Sasha
like,
can't hear
guide
you.
Sasha to go to
Sasha can't
follow.
hear you.
Yeah, you can just guide
Oh.
me.
Sasha
Yeah,
is
okay.
literally having full-on hallucinations right now.
She'll probably be
Okay.
thinking she's riding a giant wolf if you just carry her.
I got that puppy. I dreamt. I'm
There you go.
hallucinating, I went back
You dreamt you
for
got
it.
the puppy as a prize.
Just start barking or something.
I
No!
yeah, we're just gonna carry Sign first. I'll just carry Sign first. All right.
No.
All right. So can you bring Sign over here? I'll just carry Sign and put her
Yeah,
into
I got Sign, I got
room 3. Yeah, we'll put her into room 3,
Alright.
and then I'll come back, and then yeah, I get Sasha too. I'll put her in room 3 too, and then I'll go back to the barkeep and be like, look at her and be like, or not say anything, but convey a message with my eyes again. That's like, what
course, of
other
course.
room did I pay for?
You paid for room 4. They're right next to each other.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Do I have the key, or was the key? Did I gave
Yeah,
them the
you
key.
have-
Oh.
You
You
said
have-
the key to them, I want to say, and
Yeah.
so
No,
you
yeah, I gave
your
them
room.
the key. I gave them the key, so then now I go to room 3. I'll get the key, and
Why
then I'll
didn't
go
you
into
give the
room
person
4.
Yeah, there you go.
hallucinating the key?
No, because I gave it to you before you were hallucinating.
Yes.
Why didn't you take it away?
Just pickpocket her. It's fine.
Yeah, whatever. I'll just go. I'll get room 4. I'll lock room 3, and then I'll just go into room 4, and I'll
You just keep them locked in there.
Go back
Am
to
I right
sleep.
to
You're
assume
going
Elias and I have room 5?
back- No, actually, you have room 12.
Oh, good. You
Okay.
can talk to Crowley alone.
Wait, what?
Because
You can talk to Crowley so they can't hear you. I'm sure you'll send me out before you do that.
I'm going over here.
Ah, yes. And about what time is it?
And 10 minutes have passed. Since
Okay, 10 minutes.
It's
Oh,
just
everything
This has
went
been
downhill so fast.
Oh yeah, 100%
Yeah.
all downhill. So
takes
fast.
1 minute for everything to change.
Pretty much.
Well, I'm gonna look around for some pen and paper to take down those quests, and also some extra pen and paper to just take with me, and also eat some rations.
Yep, that's fair. You also can just. Oh wait, I was gonna say you could order food. And I realized,
No, I'm
wait,
not ordering any food. I'm saving my money.
You can't. You can't order any food. You're poor.
No, I cannot afford it.
You can't afford it. You are living at the scrapyard now.
I mean, I have money, but like, not a lot of money, you know.
Who found money on the goblins? I think it was Sasha, right?
Yeah.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Most
And
likely.
then I also found some in the theaters, like underneath the seats.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we're all broke. Or, well, not all broke. I shouldn't say all broke. Because didn't
Yeah,
we start
yeah.
off with like 10 gold?
You did
Yep.
start with 10 gold each.
Everything was gold. Everybody wanted gold from us.
Apparently, I'm
not
pretty sure I'm the
everybody.
poorest. I've been paying for everything.
Yeah. I mean,
But hey.
when I'm no longer hallucinating, just be like, hey, you owe me.
But at least we'll be broke
For-
together, you know?
For the most part, for the most part, actually, most things have been silver. As for the
Yeah, I
price
was
of
gonna
things.
say because I haven't lost much gold. I'm still at 8. I
It,
think.
it's this place is just pricey because Brandy, as you can tell, Brandy is fully aware of the market that is currently here and the fact that she is like constantly bored up, and as you can tell, is the only person working here. For the most part, she's probably one of the only people, if the only actual person running this establishment. Yes.
Can I talk to the dwarves now?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
course.
yeah,
I was-
before that, real quick, did I manage to find any pen and paper and all that?
Oh yes, absolutely. Things will never be the same again.
Okay, well then I go back up to the room.
Okay.
But I
Bye.
stop by Julie and say, I'll go ahead and head up to the room. I'm gonna take an early night.
Okay.
All right. It's like also hi Butler. Nice welcome.
I don't get a choice what I can do.
Butlace.
I'm just in my room.
What have you done to that sandwich, Butlace? I'm terrified.
What's wrong with applying ketchup to the sandwich?
I've applied too much ketchup.
So there's no such thing as too much ketchup.
Absolutely,
Yeah, there is.
Oh, but why do you put ketchup on a sandwich? It's a sandwich.
Depends on the sandwich.
But okay, what sandwich?
I'll
though?
lick the plate clean of the
Exactly.
ketchup. That is what I
What
do.
what sandwich do you put ketchup on? Period.
Chicken sandwich.
No.
Burgers.
No, you could
N-
burgers.
bur-
are a
okay,
sandwich.
burger's not a sandwich. Burger is a burger.
Burgers is. a
It's
sandwich.
between two buns. It's a sandwich.
I thought you said between two bugs, and I was like, what?
Skinner.
I mean-
Skinner.
All burgers are sandwiches, but not all sandwiches are burgers.
All hot dogs are
True.
sandwiches.
Mm.
Oh.
Mm.
All pizzas are
But-
pies.
I think
Butlace
it's
is
time
that-
for you to
Pizzas are lies.
religion,
All
Elliot.
tarts are pies.
Potentially, we might need a waiter for the evening, but maybe we'll see about that.
Sounds
see if we
interesting.
Either way, yes. So you walk over to the dwarves that are currently sitting at the table. What for the 2 or 3 of them kind of give you this weird little look back and forth, and begin asking kind of look at you in this weird kind of like, who's this? It's like who's gonna ask? Then this particular dwarf speaks up. This is a yep, I should have recognized that quote. Moving on. This dwarf, who, even though they look very similar to other dwarves of other kinds, but in this dwarf's a little bit different. Her beard is a little bit shorter than the other dwarves, because all dwarves have beards. This is canon. And she goes, it's like, stupid men. Hello, how can I help you? You seem kind of lost. Or at least you have a question, at the very least, for us.
I do have a question.
Oh, well, not. How can I help you? The name's Lily.
Your name's Lily?
Lily.
Well, you see, I'm trying to find Luke Redwood.
Every single dwarf kind of puts down their drink and immediately stares at this one in the back. They just look at him with like you do in class when someone like sneezes in the middle of a test. Everyone just looks at him and just go with like the look of the fuck did you do? And he kind of just shakes his head with like a what? It's like, what? I didn't do anything. It's I'm Luke. What you want?
I have a letter for you. From
Who?
a Barrison Redwood?
All of them look very nervous immediately. It's like, Barrison? Barrison? What? Both Lily and Luke get up. In the sense of like Lily's trying to stop Luke from moving closer, but also like trying to like whisper into his ear something at the same time. They're both a little nervous about something overall. And I'm just like, fine, you go talk. Luke makes his way over to you, and for some reason it's giving me trouble with why I can't move Luke around. There we go. Luke moves around the tables and comes over to you and goes, when did you see Barrison?
I believe.
Is he fine? Is he doing okay?
I believe it was about 2 days ago in the weather vane. He was a bit...
That son of a bitch made it! And all the dwarves just begin just cheering real fast, clacking their glasses together. It's like, you can get out of this hellhole! Looks at Brownie, we win the fucking bet, ma'am! You see her just shake her head. It's like, you see her disappear real fast into the kitchen. You see her kind of disappear through the door into the kitchen. It's like, let me see the letter. I gotta see this.
I hand him the letter from Barrison.
He cracks it open with like one of his nails and begins parching the letter. And it's like, yeah. Well, she's not lying. It's certainly him. I could tell from the grammar. Can't spell for shit. And he slams it down on the table. The other dwarves start kind of just passing it around amongst each other, laughing at the little note. If you want to try to skim through the note, you can make a perception check.
I'll try.
As like one of the dwarves closer to you are trying to read it.
I'll try. My perception usually sucks.
Yeah. It's also the fact that it's bad handwriting.
That's 11.
Okay.
Not bad.
You can certainly make it out that it's a letter. Unfortunately, it is written entirely in Dwarven.
That makes sense. But at least that means only his family would recognize it, and that makes sense.
Absolutely. But you can tell, like, it looks like general bad handwriting. But it's still in Dwarven, it just looks like bad handwriting. Not much you can make out. By the way, suggestion to get a free meal. Oh, cool. I have a story for that, but like, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that next time. I have a story about NSP specifically. Moving on. Yes. So Luke goes, well, clearly, fuck, you met my brother. You met our brother. Let me introduce you to the rest of the Redwoods. You've already met Lily. And he goes, this is Max. That's Loof. That's Duke. And that's Digger. I, as they respectively get called by name.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet all of you. I wanted to let you know that your brother was safe.
Well, very glad to hear that. We got a bet to win now. Should bet is 50 gold that no one would be able to get out of the snowstorm.
My comrades and I are here to stop this snowstorm. Is there any information you guys can give us?
Well, since there's no one else really in town that's willing to listen or hasn't at least heard the story, I think we can tell it one more time. Ever since we arrived at the town, the snow's been kind of coming down heavily. The snow got thicker as we came through with a relatively heavy fervor coming down when we first came in to make our rounds and do our business. Things came in order, made things clear, no real issues. Getting here, aside from a little bit of snow, didn't bother us much. Came here, made our deliveries. So when we tried to leave is when things got odd. The snow you see, you saw how it was. It was heavy out there, right?
It was heavy at one point, but overall it was actually gentle on the way in.
There's the trick. There's the ticket. As you try to leave, that heaviness that you saw is the beginning. The thicker you try, the more you go out, the thicker it gets. Nice. So, with that, but we tried making it out. The snow got thick. We pushed through. Dwarves were strong. We have no real concern, no real issue, no problems there. Only to be turned around, it seemed, as we came face to face with that welcome gate.
Have you noticed anything else strange besides the snow? Maybe strange creatures or someone acting strange? I assume you know the town better than I do, at least.
Oh, most certainly. Trust me. It's like when you say weird, trust me. There's definitely something weird going on. Most people don't believe me. Kind of looks around the rest of the patrons in the bar. Most of them don't really believe me at all when I say that something odd's going on around here. But I think something's wrong with the mayor. He's been acting funny. Not like funny haha, more like funny weird. He's gotten stiffer. He's gotten a lot more
anxious?
Closed. The man's usually quite generous for the most part. Never gives anyone problems. Always willing to listen to the town folk. That's like always here for the needs, making grand shows and displays, usually weekly actually, because he always likes showing off grand new ideas and inventions and things that the town's been able to just propose and make. That he is. They come up with all the weirdest, wildest things, and it's truly a pleasure to see most of it. But for the most part, I hear from the people in town he hasn't left outside of his house in, say 2 months now.
And the mayor, is he a wizard?
Oh, most certainly. He's one of the strongest wizards I've ever seen. In fact, most of the people in the town points over to the gentleman about maybe two tables away. Isn't that right, Bradford? The older human man kind of sitting there kind of turns around, gives Luca a little look and nods his head, and it's like, yes indeed, our grand fairer, Liam Maxima is most certainly one of the strongest wizards that I've ever seen. He taught my children how to do magic. He's taught usually during the show performances. It definitely has caught most of our attention and kept us very interested in what's going on for good, solid few decades. After all, he is just human. But it has given us a lot to look forward to in the future, especially with his children. His children show quite some promise, mostly his daughter, even though she's only about 4.
He has children?
Aye. He's got two little youngins by the name of William, because, you know, thicker accent. He goes, and Elizabeth. So William and Elizabeth are his children.
And Elizabeth is 4. How old is William?
Let's see. I'd say he's about maybe 9 now. Believes himself a strapping young man, that one. He's getting there, but he's got no kind of scratches up the fake chin, at his very heavy chin. Nothing really to show for it, you know. Got the heart for it, though, just like his old man. Good kid. His wife, on the other hand, certainly knows that there's something wrong. She's the one who clearly is the one that has kind of led us that way. After all, our delivery was for the Maximoff family in general. Mainly paperwork, spell components, kind of things that you can't just find out here. You have to go over a few towns and circulation of area to kind of get. We bring in the goods. They make the spells. It was supposed to be a trade for a case full of spell scrolls, you see. Came in, get some gold, grab the materials, bring back more stuff out of Hellmoon. Out of Hellmoon, dropped here. To the other towns around us. Mainly simple spells, cantrips, and first level being the fact of what it is. Like, simplest spells. Simple things that the common person with enough study and probably could do.
Yes, Oswald told me about those.
And it's like, anyone can really do magic, you see. It doesn't take a wizard to be able to do magic. You just have to have the right, what's the word for that, Max? Gumption.
I was gonna say gumption.
Gumption's the word. Yeah. But if you're really serious about finding out what you probably can do, and probably, I think speaking with Marilyn, his wife, probably is a good step in the right direction. She hasn't really ever turned anyone away, to say.
Understood. Thank you for the information.
Gotcha. Now, is there anything else I can help you possibly answer?
I think I'm good for now, but at least I know where to find you.
Yep. Indeed.
Thank you, gentleman and lady.
Hi. She goes, thank you. Thank you kindly. Well, again, if you ever have questions, we're probably not going anywhere. We're just going to wait out the snowstorm here.
It's a good idea.
You'll find us in here. It's nice and warm in here. Food is good. Drinks cheap. Drinks strong. Saw that little display over there before.
Yep, my friends are sometimes head over heels for some things. Quite literally.
He goes, by any chance, plan on finishing that bottle?
I don't think they will.
How about this? I'll pay you twice the amount for the bottle. Brandy stops selling it to us because we win the bet every time. Doesn't make her any money.
Okay.
If you take the bottle now while she's gone, we might be able to make a quick little trade. How's that sound?
Sounds like a good deal to me.
Do you go to grab the bottle from the counter?
Yep, I go and grab it for them.
Cool. He
And
hands you 8 gold.
Bring it back.
He hands you 8 gold.
Thank you, thank you.
And he goes, you know what? You brought us comfort and peace of mind. Looks at the others. You think she earned it, lads? Well, laddies. It's like, thank you, Luke. And they all kind of shake their heads accordingly, and they hand you a bag. It sounds like coins.
Oh. Thank you, but you don't have to.
You gave us peace of mind. You let us know our brother's safe. Safe and sound.
Are you sure you want to give me this?
Certain as ever.
Why, thank you.
You're welcome. I think. Nothing. I'm trying to see if my stream is frozen or not.
I would look, but it's on an ad for me.
Okay.
I just refreshed it to see if it was, because it looks like it's fine, but I don't know for certain.
Okay. My end, it was frozen. It's probably my actual connection kicking out at one point, because it does that occasionally. It might just pass along in a second.
Well, because I refreshed it, I have an ad.
You have ads. That happens.
It's a very interesting ad. Very colorful. It's an energy drink.
Oh jeez. No more energy drinks for you. Finishing that bottle. All right. With that, you see eventually Brandy walk out afterward, from it, and just kind of like go to address the dwarves, and kind of just like, she walks around the bar entirely and just walks over. Give it a second. And hands a piece of paper over to Luke. And he goes, fair and square, you earned it. It's like, hey, there we go. Thank you, Brandy. Told you we'd be able to get our way out of here. It's nothing much. I don't know why you wanted that old thing anyway.
I shouldn't be nosy.
You're welcome. Do you want to be nosy? That's the question.
I am a little curious.
This whole thing? It's nothing much. It's just a spell.
Oh?
Just a slightly higher level spell. Wanted to, get dabbling into some... specifically Digger over there wanted to get into some more dabbling down in some magic. We made a trade with Brandy saying, hey, if we ever could, get out of here, that she'd give us one of her higher spells that she managed to win off a bet. She never really had any use for it, but it was nice to save for a rainy day.
Sounds like fun. I hope you enjoy that.
The hope is one day Digger wants to become a wizard himself. That's why we spent a lot of time over here. That's why Digger looks up from his book.
I just kind of give Digger a wave and be like, study hard. You can do it.
He gives you a wave back and just gives you a nod and a thumbs up like, it's like, you think it's like, did he just went, You're not certain with the heavy beard. Maybe the beard's too thick. Maybe it muffles his voice. That'll make things interesting in the future, knowing how that works. It is doing that. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna see if I either lose everything connection-wise, or I become stronger. We're gonna find out in a hot second.
Switching internet.
Yep, 100%.
Alright, I'll let you know.
It'll give me like, there we go. Let's see. Yeah.
I'm getting the circle of doom.
Yeah, I think he switched internet. I DM'd him to let him know that his stream was behind, but not disconnected or anything like that.
Okay. I'm gonna be right back.
Hey, you should be good.
Okay, I'll be right back. Be right back.
Something else that I didn't hear, I guess.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
We're making sure that the technical difficulties are no longer technical difficulties.
Well, according to me, what I'm seeing, you are not live currently.
Yep.
Oh dear. Okay. Well, this is gonna. All right. Hold on. We're gonna stop and restart.
I mean, it wasn't bad quality from what I could tell when you were live on the other channel, but it was just like very far behind.
On my screen, it was just everything's going bad. Even my computer was starting to like fritz a bit. It was like, oh, this is bad. That's why I had to, like,
too, all that.
Everything was chunked. Mind you, I don't have my stream up on my computer. I have my stream up on my phone.
Yeah, that's super weird.
Yeah.
Sasha, are you here?
Yeah.
Okay, because according to my Discord, it says you're offline.
Yeah, it's been saying that for me since the entire time, too.
I was confused.
Yeah, no, especially, since you've been, Oh god, I don't know what I was trying to say anymore. I forgot.
Okay, well now OBS won't let me stream anymore.
Oh god.
Okay, give me like 1 second. I'm gonna close OBS. It's fine. If it's already stopped.
I'm playing D&D.
Yep.
I thought I fixed all these problems last time. Last time they worked just fine. There was no issues last time. But no.
Yeah, I remember what I was going to say. It's because it's only browsers. That's why it's so weird that it's having so many problems. It's only browsers mainly.
Yeah, and here's the other thing about the browser problem. I stopped using the browsers, and it worked fine. Okay, now hopefully the live will work now.
All right, I'll let you know after the ad.
Oh wait, that just put me on. put me on Renee's channel. That's good. That's working.
What? Hi.
Nothing. It's just.
Is that you with all your gold, Nene?
I'm just like, a minute ago we were talking about how poor we are, and now I'm getting money left and right, apparently.
Oh, it's doing the thing. Oh god, we're gonna be doing echoes. Hold on.
Oh yes.
Don't listen to my stream. Don't listen to the stream. Whatever you do.
Oh yes.
For the sake of everything, don't do it.
I mean, it's muted for me. Hey, Starbucks.
It's muted, but I could unmute.
Nope, that's Discord. Why is it showing Discord? Why is it showing this now?
Why is it showing Twitch?
I told you there is an issue, and I know what the stupid issue is, and I hate it. We're gonna get the mirrored effect for a hot second, and I hate it.
Why? Okay. It's always fun when that happens.
There we go. Fixed it. There we go. No, the mirrored effect means I get infinite echo.
All right, now we
Unless
do
you
see
mute.
roll 20.
Now we what? Roll 20?
We see roll 20.
You need to get back in.
Cool.
Crabby.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Beautiful. It's all beautiful. All wonderful. All right. Sorry. It's like it's the weirdest thing. Like sometimes it just suddenly stops working.
Been there, done that, so I feel ya.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. All right. Cool. We're back to that. So yes, you've had your conversation with the others. There has been no external change. And yeah. Yep. They go. He's got a new spell. Digger gives you the approval, and that's kind of where we sit currently.
So unless they have anything else to say, I make my way upstairs.
Yep, not necessarily. He goes back to his table and hands Digger the spell scroll.
Okay, well before Julie gets upstairs, like while she's talking to the dwarves, I am writing something, and then I'm going to sleep immediately afterwards.
We are gonna 100% go into that. Do you want to specify the thing you are writing?
I will explain once I get to that portion. But of course, I'm going to wake up immediately after 8 hours of my long rest, so I can reset my spell slots.
Got it. So before that, then, because I know most likely Julie wants to do something. But before we do that, do either Omar? Yep. Does Omar want to do something? Because right now, Sasha, unfortunately, is kind of comatose.
No, Omar's okay. Omar went to sleep a while ago. After he took care of Sasha and Sign and put them in the same room, he went to go use room 4 and go to sleep. So he's knocked out.
Okay, so
until we wake up the next morning. Yeah,
mentally, I'm comparing Omar to a koala. He's just constantly sleeping.
Exactly.
Hibernating, you know?
On our way back, I'll just sleep on the horse.
Oh,
the mule?
Dear God.
That poor mule. Alright. So, with that being said, so I guess we go back to Julie. Julie, you come up to the room, and you find Elias asleep. The door is unlocked, unless you specified that you want to have the door locked.
No. I wanted to
Elias.
take a.
Elias is in the room.
I wanted to take a 2-hour short rest.
Okay. You don't need to take 2 hours for a short rest. A short rest is only 1.
Yeah, but I felt like 2 hours sounds more right.
Okay.
You're taking 2 short rests.
2 short rests.
And then, after those 2 hours, I get up. I check on Elias.
Unconsciously asleep.
Is it like a peaceful sleep, or?
Yep, peaceful sleep.
Do I see his bag laying somewhere in the room?
Unless he tells me otherwise, yes, you can see it. Well, you can see it clearly because you're just in a room.
So I'll go over to his bag and grab my journal from it.
All right, you have your journal back. shouldn't be pretty hard, unless, of course, again, you're trying to actively hide that.
I'm trying to be stealthy. I'm trying not to, like, wake up Elias.
Ah, give me a stealth check, then.
D20... Oh, God. Where's
Plus-
stealth?
Plus stealth. Stealth is under dexterity.
That's a 5.
I like to describe this as the Emperor's New Groove, how Crunk moves down the stairs. just the just kind of singing to himself a bit, thinking he's being super stealthy, carrying Cusco in a bag.
The side where he throws himself against the wall.
100%. Yes, 100% that.
Yeah,
You think
I just recently rewatched it, so I love it.
I love the Emperor's New Groove. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. I love that movie. By all conceivable notions, there's no way we should have gotten here. The thing is, I can never do the full monologue line. I can't do it. I can't do the potion. I can't do the Cusco potion monologue. I never can get it right.
With my stealth, I tried, I'm sneaking around the room,
Yeah, sure.
and then I tried to, like, leave and sneak down the stairs. Is anyone still at the bar?
Yes.
Okay.
It's only been 2 hours.
Yeah,
It's kind of like 9 p.m. Everyone is still here.
Okay, at least I didn't wake up Elias.
No, you did not wake up Elias.
So I'll,
Unless Elias is trying says that he is a light sleeper. Which I don't think he says he would be, because unless he clarifies that for me now.
Yeah, sorry. I kind of like slightly like but like I immediately went back to sleep.
Gotcha.
So after I get down the stairs, I just like leave.
Well, all right. You have officially left the building. No one stops you. No one questions you.
Now that I'm outside, can I check what was in that bag that the dwarves
Oh
gave
yeah.
me?
Yeah, absolutely. You open the bag and there's another 10 gold in the bag.
Oh, nice.
A little something, they said. So that, remember, to dwarves, gold is like nothing,
Yeah.
because they just have so much so much easy access to it.
Wait, what happened here?
What do you mean? What?
My math isn't making sense. So I
Banana
lost
peel.
5
Nothing,
silver.
nothing.
Then I lost 4 gold. But then I gained back 8 plus 10.
Mm-hmm.
So I currently have 20 gold pieces. I doubled my money. Yay.
I did it, money.
You got lucky, I guess. I mean, that makes you god in my eyes.
I spent money and still have managed to make more than twice what I started with.
Exactly.
So basically, I'm going to the church, but I'm not going
Okay.
in the church.
Yep.
I'm going to the garden next to it.
Okay. You're gonna go to the garden next to it. As you go around the back of the building toward the small little garden that is outside, it's a small little vegetable garden.
Aw.
But unfortunately, due to the inclement weather, it's kind of all dried up and empty and kind of, well, dead. But it's a small little vegetable garden, like, that would just be made, nothing more than, like, a few flower boxes worth of, well, plants.
Is there any like benches?
Benches.
Or like a place to sit, maybe like a water fountain or something?
Not a water fountain overall, but certainly like a 2-person bench that could be sat down, like for working in a garden. Like maybe you just need to sit somewhere, so that exists.
Okay, so I sit down on the bench.
Okay.
And then I call Crowley.
Ah. You wait a minute. For some reason, it's not an instantaneous one. It's a little odd.
Julie starts chuckling to herself. I thought you said that the snow wasn't gonna stop you.
Listen here, you little cheeky one. You just hear that. You just look to the. You look. It kind of like if you were to imagine the place as like a physical scene. Like you say that, and like just he appears next to you on the bench. Listen, I had other things to do. I'm not gonna come to you for every waking call. It's not entirely my job to do explicitly that. But yes, how can I help you?
Well, I want you to tell me what you know about the mayor.
Which mayor?
Of Felmoon Joft.
That mayor. What about him?
Tell me what you know.
What I know. Let's see. He's human. He likes books. Keeps a nice town.
Is he good at conjuration magic?
Don't know. Never met him. Man is not really interested in our kind of deals.
What do you know about the Wizard Tower, or the library that's in Felmundroft?
Looks over, I'm saying, kind of turns his head around a bit, because again, you can see, like, you can still see the tower from here. You can always see the tower. The tower you can see from pretty much anywhere in town. He goes, that thing right there?
Yes.
I'd say the fuck out of that if I were you.
Oh, why is that?
That's some old magic. That's some deep old magic. My old magic. You see that little, you see how far away it is?
Yes.
It's not that far. Hell, it's not even that. Maybe it's that high. looks up at the sky a bit because the tower continues to go into the clouds. Maybe it's that tall. Maybe.
It's weird
Can't
how
tell
you say stay out of it, when not that long ago it was open to the public.
Oh, no. Hell. Maybe. Maybe it was over. I'm not certain, to be honest with you. Again, I don't make many deals around here.
Do you ever give a straight answer?
Have you ever known me to?
How is he?
He's doing good.
Getting well in school?
This week.
What does that mean?
You know, boys.
I can't picture him getting into fights.
I never said that.
You saying that the other kids picked on him?
Odd days. Odd children. It's
If
a
anyone's
world out
picking
there.
on him, I give you permission to raise hell on them.
Oh, you should have said that.
No one messes with him.
Now they'll be very unhappy parents. We'll see what I can do. Anything else?
Just wanted to see what I could get out of you. I also thought this location seemed about right. She kind of glances over to the church.
Cheeky. Again, that one looks at the symbol because there's clearly a symbol to Biori outside. That one doesn't give me much trouble. We kind of stay off each other's turf in the sense of like we don't really clash. Our ideals don't clash.
Makes sense.
She's all about balance in nature and focus and growth and restoration to natural order of things. I just grant people's wishes, give them what they want. Sometimes it collides a bit, but nothing ever that she hasn't seen before. Nothing that affects it on a grander scale that would ever cause her chaos. Now this shit points at the sky. This stuff's pissing her off a lot right now.
Makes sense. That's why we have to stop it.
Stop it, don't stop it, figure out what it's happening. Whatever. I keep my nose out of it for the most part. I'm just here to help you do and keep your end of the bargain.
Until next time, Crowley.
See you next time. And he stands up, and with like a cold breeze kind of flows through. He kind of disappears in like a little puff of wind, sort of like that.
And she slowly makes her way back to the inn.
All right. Anything else you want to do tonight?
Nope.
Alrighty then. So, you all wake the next morning. Probably Elias first wakes up first because you went, not because you went to bed first, but because you want to be sharp on time.
Yep.
At exactly the amount. Unless Omar also wants to be up super early.
I'm upstairs.
Yep.
I'll just wait till I hear noise from the other room, like Sasha's awake, so that I can go unlock their room door.
You can unlock their. Well, it does. Yeah, that's true. That's true. You don't know.
I have both keys.
You do have both keys. The thing is, it would be able to unlock from the inside.
They just wouldn't be able to get back
I'll
in.
leave them. I'll just wait till I hear noise from the other side, and then I'll wait outside instead of.
Yeah, it's a fire hazard if you can't unlock the door from the inside.
It would have been really funny if they couldn't, though.
That would be really funny, but that's a fire hazard, and we don't violate OSHA violations in this building.
You mean we don't?
Not in this building.
I mean,
This one's the OSHA code.
Sorry, I have to go. I'll be right back.
Oh.
Sorry about
no
that.
problem
Hi.
with that.
Hello, welcome back. We're just doing we're waking up Sasha's morning.
Welcome back.
My cat mom instincts kicked in.
What happened?
There was a cat meowing outside my window.
Oh?
Yeah.
Do you have a new cat now?
Yeah, new cat.
I wish. There was a black kitty with some like white spots.
Ah.
I've never seen them in the neighborhood, but I was worried that they were injured because of how they were meowing. And there was an event going on at the theater down the street.
Oh.
They ran away just fine, so I guess they're okay.
Okay.
Maybe they're part of the group that lives over by the train tracks. The poor little black kitty.
Oh. Makes me think of the cats that live outside my house. They're all strays.
That scared
That
me.
being said,
Black and white cats that looks exactly like my cats.
yeah.
Except they passed away years ago, so.
Yeah. Anyway, Benji.
Yeah, I like shake her a little bit more because now I'm freaking out. I'm like, where is our puppy?
She moves the hair out of her face and kind of stands up, going, "What? What am I? Oh." Is aware that she is now being kind of covered by a blanket as the only form of, well, cloth. And she goes, well, kind of tucks her arm a bit, kind of sheepishly, to keep it upright. She goes, the last thing I remember was taking a drink of that drink. Did we win?
The last thing I remember is I drank the rest of the drink. I completely finished it. And then I went back to the forest and I got us a puppy. And I named him Benji.
Maybe your
I'm like looking underneath the bed. I'm looking like underneath the pillows, everything. I'm like, where is he?
Sasha, maybe your friend Omar might have taken him into his room for the night. Maybe we... She kind of looks back and forth in a sense of like, no, can't be. It's like maybe he thought it'd be a good idea to watch Benji. Well, let's go ask him. You go on ahead. I'll catch up with you.
Okay. Do I see her clothes anywhere on the floor so I can hand them to her?
Yes, they're kind of like next to the bed. They're like half on the bed, half off the bed.
All right, so I'm gonna grab them and just place them on her lap.
Thank you.
All right, and I'm gonna run out the door and start banging on Omar's door.
Okay.
And just start screaming, "Where is my puppy?"
Boom, boom, boom.
I was already outside.
Yeah.
I see you come out the room. I'm like,
Where is my puppy?
Well, first, can I roll to punch Omar?
can I roll to dodge?
Well, unfortunately D&D has more of a situation of this. You open the door, you see him, and you need to make a punch. So you get to roll a d20 and just add your strength modifier. Nothing else.
Okay.
Can I
Versus
can I challenge it?
It's versus your armor class.
My armor class? Oh yeah, good luck.
I got a 5.
Fucking 18. I dodged that bit. I go, you leave, and then I swing. No, I'm joking.
I would yell and be like, "That's for flirting with sign." I like, well,
I was gonna say, do you actively try to avoid the attack in this case, Atlas, or do you let her just punch you? Because the punch will not harm you; it'll only just bruise Sasha's hand.
I'll dodge. I'll weave.
All right, you kind
and
of.
then I hit her with a counter, bro. No, I'm joking.
Do you actually?
No, I don't want it.
Morning.
throws me down the stairs.
Go.
Just like I punch you so hard, you rotate.
You rotate.
I start hallucinating again.
No, I just dodge. Don't worry, I'm not killing Sasha today. It's okay. No.
Not
Today?
Hey, what do you mean by that?
What does that mean?
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
The weather boy very much wants to know.
But I'm gonna like.
You think
I'm
I remember the rabbit threads? You think I don't remember the rabbit threads?
You're the one who came up with the rabbit threats.
So after like he dodges my hit, I'm gonna be like, okay, so first you flirted with my girl, and then you took my puppy. Where is he?
Can I just give her a look like your girl? You mean our girl?
Oh, no.
like at this point, like this is probably the only time Omar has ever like actually like communicated.
Words.
And
Our
and
girl.
I look at him and I'm getting pissed. Like, okay, for one, who was she in bed with this morning?
And then Omar just gives her a look like, you wanna know who put you there?
I said, and two, who's raising a puppy with her?
Omar's very confused now. He doesn't know what you mean by a puppy, so he just gives you a look like, what are you're crazy.
I'm gonna just like, I was looking at him like, I swear to God, Omar, we went to the forest, I found a puppy, and I brought him back to sign and saying, this is our son, let's raise it together.
Can I just point her down towards the halfway and be like shrug towards that? Like signaling, hey, why don't we go ask, all right? They were drunk all night last night.
I'm sorry, can you say who are we pointing at now? Because I heard pointing at the halfling.
Orc.
Okay, I thought you were pointing at some random halfling that's potentially walking through the hallway and goes,
Oh yeah, no,
your
I'm
dog?
pointing to that.
Were they-
Just like
is
that.
That your
the
dog?
puppy?
That's the puppy? That's kind of insulting.
The halfling looks at me, about ready to fight. I run over and I punt it.
Jesus. Please do not punt random metaphysical halfling that may or may not exist in this hall.
What are they gonna do? Run after me? I can outrun them.
Oh God, no.
I say this as a short person.
Okay,
Have you ever had a fight at a halfling before? They're scrappy.
No, I don't really plan on. It's okay. I'm not gonna go around punting halflings. I swear.
That's a fight that anyone's willing.
Yes.
That's a fight everyone's gonna lose.
Yeah, I was gonna say until I
That's a
do.
lose-lose fight right there.
Unless I punt him so far before he gets close to me, then what's he gonna do?
You think it's just
So I
everyone-
feel like at this point, like I'm spiraling. My like sense of reality is completely just crumbled because in my mind, me and Sign finally kindled our relationship, and we adopted a young puppy to raise together as two dog moms. And now I can't find our son, and she, to me, feels like she doesn't reciprocate our feelings, and so now I'm freaking out. So I go downstairs and I see this half orc, and I go, "Where's my puppy?"
Can I slap some sense into her real quick?
I'll be right back.
I
I go
think that's what
I just turn her, slap her, and then put her back. Piece her back.
This is the same thing we were doing before.
Strength check against her.
Just a strength check, not an attack. A strength
Yeah.
check. A strength check, and Sasha's gonna make me an acrobatics check.
Dang, she's gonna get pretty high on that. I got 15 plus 3, so I got 18.
Let me check mine.
So acrobatics is the-
acrobatics.
Yep, acrobatics check. Because it's like you're having an argument, you see the slap come, and you try to like dodge it with your hand.
Unnatural 25.
Oh, there you go. Yep,
We both just swing and miss on each other.
100% is what just happened.
We're just so in sync, me and Omar. We know what each other's about to do.
Yeah, just the issue is she thinks that I slept with her lady and stole her puppy.
My son.
So we are that insane, are we?
That insane.
When it comes to combat, ain't nobody gonna beat us.
So
Yep,
I
yep,
haven't been slapped, but I feel like this calms me down. I'm like, okay, obviously I'm not understanding something. Thank you, Omar, for calming me down, helping me see reason.
I just rotate
Go
you
from
back
I'm
to
gonna
half
fucking
orc.
kill you.
Thank you for calming me down by trying to slap me. Yeah, thanks.
It's our love language.
Yeah, that's why she
God,
came out
oh,
swinging.
Oh my god.
It's
no.
like giving each other hugs.
I know people like that.
I feel like
Alright.
that's actually a worrying extent if it went as far as out.
I legitimately know people like that. Trust me, it's not as odd as you believe it. I've seen people do it.
So I can't find me.
That's because like you're on a different plane of existence right now, aka you're on a different layer, and I'm gonna throw you on the right layer.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. It
Okay.
just takes me a hot second to move people around because the computer's gotta load. For example, there you all are.
Okay. I'm gonna calmly walk up to her again after Omar kind of calmed me down and be like, okay. Obviously, I'm not understanding the reality of the situation. What happened? I still think my puppy's real at this point.
Oh, absolutely. I can imagine you still think the puppy's
Where is my son Benji? He's about a foot tall. His eyes sparkle like the heavens, covered in fur, and every time he walks into a room, the room is 100% better.
Do you know how much I wish I actually did bark so that Sasha could have a bark to go off of, and then I just do the same bark, dude? And she's like, "You ate Benji? No,
You ate Benji."
You monster!
I'm actually so sad I didn't bark last night.
Gods.
That could have been so good.
So, Randy looks at you like, morning, Benji. What? It looks at Omar. What's she talking about?
I just give a shrug, like I have no idea.
So do you remember? After I finished all of the drink, I went to go to the forest to talk to that big wolf. Don't you remember this? You
She goes,
congratulated me, and you were like,
He wasn't limping. I think he was just lonely.
I guess I'm the first to let you know this, but sorry, unfortunately, you didn't actually succeed. You took one sip and kind of points at the floor, landed right there. Still haven't quite cleaned up the stain from the drink yet.
What is
You
happening?
look over on the floor. We're still on the same. We're still on Sasha learning that there was no puppy. There is no drinking. There was no successful drinking contest. She kind of points on the floor and goes, "That's where you landed. The stain of the drink is still kind of there. It's kind of hard to get out of the wood."
So you're telling me after I unsuccessfully, I failed the drink, I then went to the forest and got my puppy?
No, your friend right there points over at Omar. Came down upon the request of your other friends. Scooped you and the other lass up and brought you both upstairs.
Okay, so, and I like sit down. You can tell like reality starting to set in.
Yeah.
I look at her and I get really solemn, and I'm like, so you're telling me my son doesn't exist?
Lass, do you have a child? Are you missing a child? Did you dream last night that you had a child?
I mean, he was a puppy, but I loved him like a mother.
Well, I do got some potentially good news for you. We do have
my eyes light up. I'm like, yes?
There is a place in town by the name of Bedazzers that does a little special thing for people who are looking for pets. Magically, of course, but it is with a unusual day that they'll be opening probably soon-ish.
Those stores
are very, very excited.
And I like my eyes light up and I go, they have puppies?
Well, they pretty much have anything you could ask for the right price.
Can I I'm gonna jump out of my seat and I look at Sign, who I see is like near the entrance.
Coming down Sign's coming down the stairs. Sign's coming down the stairs now.
and I look at her and I say, "Let's go get our puppy."
What? Where are you going, Sasha? Sasha?
And I want to grab her like by the hand and be like, "Let's go!" And I like drag her out.
The door be over here. You get dragged along, and I'm gonna take sight off the map for a hot second.
I fed cat.
Actually, you know,
I'm happy.
You happy?
I didn't have cat food, but I gave some of Holly's leftovers. She wasn't eating it, so. I bet it was also salmon flavored, so I bet it's fine.
Oh, okay. I got that. Hold on. I was fixing minor detail things. Oh, okay. Whoop, stop that, please.
Aw, puppy.
Yes. Up and oh, hello there.
Aw.
That's interesting. Oh, hold on. I gotta well, look, give me a second. Kind of showed me something. It's like, oh, that hasn't affected me yet. And then it suddenly, the moment you made me realize it became a Schrodinger's cat sort of situation.
I knew it was gonna happen.
Alice.
That's what I want.
The moment you...
Oh,
No.
Wait, what the fuck, Atlas?
Hold
Yes.
on. I gotta see what's happening in here. Excuse me.
Yep, everything
Atlas, you are literally the worst.
It's a freaking
No,
Pomeranian
this is what
with
I
the dog.
They can
I'm
go
Oh,
into battle though,
jeez.
you know?
I'm
Coach,
like,
yeah, exactly. Mine's battle ready. What you guys gonna
Face
do with yours?
hugger.
Your little
Exactly.
teacup puppy, what, you gonna chuck it at them? Yeah, that dog's gonna die in
You're gonna get that
seconds.
thing killed?
Yeah,
At least
that
it's
dog's
got
gonna die in
like a second
seconds.
mandible. Come on.
Dude, mine, I chuck it at them, the enemy dies.
Yeah, there you go.
See, that one's fine. That one's ready for fighting. See, my other option too is a ghost dog. So like, it can't even be hit.
You mean like a
It's on the
hellhound?
plane of existence.
Hellhound?
You mean
No,
like
no,
a
no, not a
hellhound?
hellhound. No, not a hellhound. A ghost dog.
Ghost
They're
dog,
different. There's
hellhound,
difference. There's
you know.
difference. Yeah. They're close.
looking
They're
up
like
battle.
related. They're
Close,
distant
but
cousins, but
They're both
there
up for
is.
battle, but one can be hit and one cannot.
Yeah, exactly. One significantly
swear.
better than the other. The other I see in Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies, and I hate it.
Oh, those
I'm
hellhounds.
looking them up.
can I have like
Where's
a
the
quick
animal list?
discussion with Sign before
Yeah,
like we
sure.
things for our son?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna just give a shrug to the half orc though. I'm gonna follow them. I'm gonna be like, I don't even know anymore, man.
All right. Well, okay. Before we continue on with that little bit of conversation, Elias, you technically have been up for hours at this point.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of wondering. When you guys woke up, if it's time to go to the dog store.
The what
Yeah.
store?
It's
The
time to go to the
dog
dog
store, 'cause
store.
they want-
Dog
The Dazzers.
The
The
Dazzers.
Dazzer/dog store.
I've saved all my money for this moment.
I was 100% gonna say the fact that so that in the case of things, Kaito, you would Elias would have already been downstairs.
Okay. Well,
Unless
yeah,
there was something
I mean,
specific you wanted to do. By technically speaking, I wanted I wanted to do a thing in order because I knew that would have been a thing to
Mastiff.
let Nene. I wanted Nene to go do something that she had to go do real fast, so I went. And
I
did
fed a
that.
cat.
So you're like 2 hours. When did she estimated like finish talking to the dwarves?
Probably close to like
Wolf.
7:30.
7:30.
There's, like,
okay,
three
I was
different types of
estimating
dogs.
getting up at like 3 a.m.
Mhm.
So before would that be before Sasha and
Absolutely.
Atlas got up?
Absolutely. It's
Okay.
like 8 a.m. now.
All right. Well, I'm gonna try to look out the window to see if I can see anybody. If there is a window, is there a window?
There's a window in your room. There's
All
no
right,
one
do I
outside. It's
see
3 a.m.
anybody?
I'm sleeping
like,
on
the
the
center
floor,
of the
by the
courtyard.
way.
No, it's 3 a.m.
I thought there might be 2 beds. I wasn't gonna question anything.
I thought it was one bed and I was gonna sleep on the floor.
Well, there's that.
Where's the clarification? Is there 2 beds? Is there 1 bed?
There's one.
Yeah, so I'm on the floor.
Okay. Alright, she's on the floor. I look out the
Why
window.
is the god on the floor?
That's the thing.
Because I went to bed
afterwards.
afterwards.
I got
That's
there
true,
first,
she
I
did.
guess.
That's true. She did. He was probably hoping for her to join her in bed. You know.
No, I was not hoping. I'm not that weird.
Not hoping God joins you in bed.
Exactly.
That
Not
God
that
tucks me in at
weird.
night.
We're talking God, we're not talking Zeus here.
No, I'm just saying God tucks me in at night. Makes me
I mean, if I thought there was
God
gonna be
reads me
2
a bedtime
beds, I would have
story.
slept on the floor or 1 bed. I would have slept on the floor first. I thought there was 2 beds, so actually, I'm actually technically sleeping on the floor because I thought there was 1 bed and I slept on the floor. So Julie's on the bed.
both people are on the floor. Knowing Julie, both people. No one slept in the bed. Knowing Julie.
I'm using my coat as a blanket and my bag as a pillow.
100%. You both have a bed. Neither of you are sleeping in it.
And I've got a blanket. I've got a full-on blanket. I'm good for it.
You do have the nice blanket. That's right.
All right, so I get up and I look to see out the window. Can I see like the courtyard with all the stalls and all that?
Yeah, absolutely you do.
All right, do I see anybody moving about? Any lanterns or anything out like outside?
Not at 3 a.m.
All right. Well, I'm on the 2nd floor. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. I see if I can try to scale down the outside.
From the window?
From the window. I don't want to walk through the middle and have everybody see me.
He's planning out a murder. He's gonna have the alibi that he was asleep in his room.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yes!
I
What
had
type
that
of
back,
follower do I have?
I knew it all along.
Acrobatics, maybe? I don't know.
Give
Stealth?
me a strength check to open the window first.
Oh no, is it another bay window?
It's kind of like
Oh god.
it's kind
You
of
just
like
jump out
that.
the window. You hear a loud crash because it's a big window, so you can't open it. You have to just go through it.
Oh no.
What's your roll?
Oh,
What's the roll?
4, and I have a strength modifier of 1, so it was a 5.
Do I hear any of this? Is this waking me up?
Let's see. I need to roll a percent. Roll. Actually, no.
Oh,
No. Kaito, you roll me a percentile. So percentile
of what?
So percentile dice. This is a fun one. Is a combination of 2 dice. They are the single 10 dice, and then the ones that is multiples of 10. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. You're gonna roll those 2 dice for me. The double digit one is the first digit of a 2-digit number, and the second one's the single digit. So for example, if you rolled
explain in plain English for me.
you're rolling you're giving me a number. If it hits a certain threshold, you go through the window.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, you
so-
bounce.
First die, what do I roll? A D20, D10, D6,
So you are
D8?
so there are two. When it comes to D10, even on roll 20, there's 2 D10. There's 2 D10 ones. The first one is what's called. It's actually no. There's a category just called D100. Roll me a D100. 12.
F100? Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
You are very lucky.
I'm lucky.
You are very lucky.
Lucky?
As you run to try to like shoulder or push the window with your hands, you realize like, okay, if I give it enough force and step a few feet back, I probably can get the window open. You go to like give it a hard nudge, and what happens is you bounce off of the window. It does not crack. It does not break. You do not go cascading out of the window and falling 2 stories down. You just bounce off of the window, knowing full well that's not gonna punch.
Oh god. So I was trying to jump out of it. I wasn't trying to like pull it up.
You couldn't even open the window.
Oh, damn. I'm
Did I
problematic.
hear any of it?
No,
Aw.
it didn't shatter. If it shattered, yes, but
I would
it did
think
not
that
shatter.
I might have heard like a thud.
Maybe if you're a light sleeper, you might have heard a boom. But that's it. And you'll just see Elias kind of like kind of half like prostrate on the ground because he landed on his butt.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure that Julie would be a light sleeper at this point because
Yeah. Okay.
her full rest is 2 hours, if not 1.
If not 1. No. Full rest are still 8 hours for you.
She's used to the shorter rest, though.
Yes, you are very comfortable with short rests, but you still need to do an 8-hour rest once a day in order to actually like not gather it and gain exhaustion.
All right. Well, after that, I try to, since that failed, I try to, like, walk down, like, leave the room to walk down the hallway to see if there is a window in the hallway at all.
Are you going to try to be sneaky about leaving the room at all?
Sort of, like, through the room, like, after, like, to exit the room, after I figured she probably heard me, but after that, like, I'm just a regular person.
Gotcha. In that context, then, give me a stealth check.
Okay. Sorry, I had volume modifier up. It's 0. Okay. 15.
15. Julie, since do you want to just fall straight back to sleep, or are you hoping to stay like partially awake and like pay attention to this? Because if you want to try to pay attention to this, you have to roll me a percentage check. A percentage, not percentage, a perception check.
I want her to be like somewhat coherent that she like hear us Elias leaving sort of thing.
Okay, give me a perception check at disadvantage as you are kind of groggily awake.
So roll it twice.
Roll it twice and take the lower number, yes.
So 10. And then -1, so 9.
Nope, you don't notice Elias leave. That's what these two different checks are for. So you don't notice him leave. You noticed he got up, but you assume that he just walked around and probably went back into the bed, or went back to the floor to sleep. You didn't notice him leaving. In the hallway, there is certainly another window. Are you
All right,
willing
can
to
I
try?
can I double check to see, like, try to peek to see if anybody is downstairs?
It's relatively dark down there. There's definitely probably no one down there at this time in the morning.
Including the barkeep.
At least not. Yeah, you can tell probably no one's down there, right?
Okay. Can I make a perception check to double check that the barkeep's not there?
Yes. Give me a perception.
12 plus 4 would be 16 for perception.
12 plus 4, you say?
Yep.
Alright, well, you can definitely tell for a fact that they are certainly...
Not there. Nobody is there.
Okay, the handle! I think it's kind of perfect because I just kind
There's 2 people.
I know, they're too far away on the map. I haven't zahandled them away yet. They haven't been zahandled yet. Now they have been zahandled. And for the sake of things, and just for the convenience of the story, we're gonna do this. There you go. It's now just... Hold on.
Me.
Now it's just you. Now it's just you.
Alright, well, I'm not going to try to sneak because every time I try to sneak, I'm the opposite of sneak. So I'm going to try to regularly walk across, pretending like I'm the bartender to go to the front door.
Okay, you are 100% certain that there is no one down here.
I have no idea where the front door is, so that's where I'm going.
That's exactly where the front door is.
There we go.
You successfully managed to remember where the front door is on the map.
Oh, thank God. Alright, well,
In fact, this was a window.
Oh, there you go. I
And
made it
here's
out.
another window.
And another
So
one,
glad
and
it-
another one, and
and you
another
gladly-
one, and
Yep.
another one.
And you gladly chose to remember where the door is.
Thank God.
So yes, you go out and you manage to make it on the town. I'm just gonna move us on over to the big old town. Not like we're gonna move on over to the actual town map itself, just for the sake of things.
Yes, yes, yes.
And I still wanted to have a conversation with Sign.
Yes, no. What we're gonna do about that? Don't worry. This is again like 5 hours before you all woke up.
Yeah, this is like
Oh,
3
okay.
a.m. You're at like 9, 8 a.m. I don't know.
My objective is what we're gonna do is here. We're gonna do this little vignette for Kaito, and then I'm gonna probably, and then I'm gonna do, unless Julie wants to do anything, we're probably gonna end it there and then start with your adventures in Bedazzers.
Okay.
Because we're coming close to the end of our time for tonight at least.
I just wanted just to have her talk with Sign about their start of their morning. Just
Oh,
clear the air of
okay.
some like misconceptions of what might have happened.
Okay. Let's we'll do that in a minute. But first we have I want to figure out where Elias is going.
Mhm.
It is 3 a.m. There is no one in there. You can currently see no one in town. Where are you trying to go?
I am trying to go to that tanner place. The
Oh,
person
okay.
who's the leather worker who I met earlier, who I gave the tip to, who is a human.
Yes,
And I
you'll
bought
find,
the sheep's.
Yep,
you
you'll
know,
find that
thing
in one of the stalls right over here. In
All
the
right,
center
so
of
I
town.
go over there, I double check, make sure, and no, like nobody is around anywhere or form.
Make me another perception check.
All right. Okay, it's 3 plus 4, so 7.
You are fairly confident that there is no one around.
All right, well, I guess I'll go with that.
You have to.
I have to. I've got no other choice. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to send it in the Discord chat in case anybody wants to see.
Oh. Okay. I want to know what's going on.
I mean, you kind of already know what's going on.
I know what's gonna happen.
You know what's
What?
going on.
I already
So,
know.
as an artificer, I have the ability to use tools to create sounds and sights and smells, as you learned through my lavender on on Omar's armor. So I'm gonna play Sarah McLaughlin with using 2 of my ability, and the other 2 I'm gonna
Give you a 5-second clip.
do
sound.
2 very, very, very sad photos of sad wolves on the Tanner's tent walls, which I will also upload to the everything chat.
What is happening?
Hold on, hold
I'm
on.
so confused.
Where? Okay, I just did that for the I did
Yeah, I
that
know
for the
you had to
sake
do
of
it for
stream.
the
For the sake of stream,
Yes.
we have a little in the arms of
Yes.
an angel.
So Sarah McLaughlin is playing, and then there's these very 2 sad photos of wolves on the tent walls. And then also, I'm going to go ahead and lay down. Well, no, hold on. First and foremost, I need to try to break into the guy's chest. Is the chest still there?
Yes, I want to explain something to you that you may not have considered that you can fully do as an artificer, and it's hysterical.
Yes,
There is-
please tell me.
So there is an ability you called magical tinkering, which you're familiar with.
Yes, yes.
Magical tinkering. One of the objects that you can make is a music box.
Okay, well, I heard music, and I thought it was just like attach music to an item, not a music box. So please
No.
explain.
So magical tinkering physically manifests and creates objects. Similar to that of like prestidigitation. But these are non-magical trinkets. A music box is considered a non-magical trinket. So you can magically create non-magical objects. So you can create it as long as it is playing this one song. It
So,
will
less long,
last.
yeah.
It'll last the same effect as magical tinkering will allow. But
Okay.
you do get to do this. Yes.
Okay, well, before I put Sarah McLaughlin on, I tried to break into the chest first and foremost.
Ah. Well,
I think I know
can-
what you're doing. Oh,
you can-
God.
I will explain as soon as I'm done with everything.
you are able to. You would notice that the chest is there. It is locked.
Yes.
So, in order to break open a locked chest, you have one of 3 options. Your first option is to perform a lock-picking check, or a lock-picking skill, which is under sleight of hand. This is in case you are going to be used, and you're going to have a disadvantage unless you have thieves tools, which you do, so you'll be doing it at regular standard. This I only know because you do. That's because we've had this discussion about you having thieves tools. That's the first thing. Second of all, the second option, you can just go full Dark Souls on this thing and break the chest, and hoping it's not a mimic in the process, which you're aware that it's not, and you can just smash it open with whatever weapon you have and not caring about the contents of the inside. Or option number 3, you can attempt to make a strength check with a crowbar or similar object to break off the lock, which may damage the chest, but not really the contents inside. If it was booby-trapped, though, then it probably was a trap.
Okay, well, first thing I'm going to try is sleight of hand, which
Okay.
I have a 0 modifier on since I have thieves tool.
Well, hold on. Actually, because you have Thieves Tool, you do gain your proficiency in this as well. So you get +2.
Oh, I get a +2. I didn't.
Because you are proficient in Thieves Tools because of how you've chosen to be an artificer.
Gotcha. So I'll need to talk to you about that afterwards because
Yes.
it says mods 0. So
Well,
we'll figure
yeah.
that out.
Welcome to weird things that Roll20 hates artificers about.
Yeah, it doesn't like anything modifier.
No,
Artificer.
it really doesn't, because no one ever properly put in artificer. It has what was basically the beta testing for artificer when that first came out years ago.
Right.
And
Gotcha.
no one ever updated it.
All right. So I'll do D20 and then add 2. 17 plus 2 is 19.
All right, you are able to easily open this chest without any issues.
All right. Well, I pull out the wolf's pelt I saw earlier in the day, and I lay it on his front table where they were leaning against and like fully like
Alright.
displaying for me.
All right,
And then I also pulled out this card that I made while Julie was downstairs.
What does the card say?
It's in the Discord.
Ha! Gone but not forgotten.
Oh my
Dear
God!
soul, I hope you rest in peace. Survived by Shadow, Shiro, and Pochi, their loving family.
Yes, and then at the very end, I create a music box with
Please.
Sarah McLaughlin playing.
Sarah McLaughlin
In the arms of
playing
an
In
angel.
the Angel. You would become an ASPCA commercial.
Yes, I have.
Those make me cry so bad.
I am immune to them. I am completely immune to ASPCA
How?
commercials.
Do you not have like a heart?
I am null to them because I have seen them since I was 2.
See, every time I see one, I start crying.
Yeah, I am immune to them.
I sing
They're
along
not
with them.
cold-hearted. Yeah,
I
you
sing
you
along
sing
with
along with them, and I'm just like, okay, this is just like, please move on with your ad.
All right, the last thing I do inside this guy's tent is draw the Emerald Enclave symbol on one of his walls.
Oh!
Yes.
Okay.
I blame it on somebody.
You're blaming it on the Emerald Enclave.
Yes,
okay.
I am fully.
I'm
Oh,
confused. What?
okay. The Emerald Enclave is in this world. It's kind of like, what's the best way to describe the Emerald Enclave? It's a large organization. Actually, hold on. You would actually know the Emerald Enclave
Mhm.
specifically. Nene would specifically know it. Do you remember the D&D movie?
Yes.
Yeah, I just watched that the other day.
Do you remember the Druid?
Yes.
She is a member of the Emerald Enclave.
Okay, that makes sense.
Her
Okay.
organization is the Emerald Enclave.
Okay, I just didn't know the name.
I understand that. That's what's like. Wait a second. You would recognize this. It's a very well-known group. Okay, moving on. So you then you said you paint this symbol?
Yeah, with the inkwell and
Oh,
everything
okay.
I took from the inn,
Oh.
I draw it on one of his walls.
Okay. All right. Good to know. So yeah, you've drawn a symbol of the Emerald Enclave on it. Give me a performance check to see how accurate it is. solely because your knowledge of what the Emerald Enclave symbol is entirely based on past information.
Okay, I think that was an 11. I didn't hear it beep, so I think that was the last roll.
I heard a beep. Let me
it's 11 minus 1, so it's 10.
It's a 10. All right. So, in that context, you feel that you did a good enough job of recreating what you remember the symbol of the Emerald Enclave to be.
All right. Okay, well, from there, I'm going to go back to the inn and try to just regularly walk up to the room and go back to sleep. Except for when I get into the room, I want to try to sneak in to my floor bed.
Okay. Give me one last stealth check, then.
All right. 9 plus 0, so 9.
Okay. Julie would recognize the fact that you've returned.
So I didn't know he left, but I didn't know he returned.
You are unaware that he left, but you realize he's still moving around a little like a surprisingly strange amount of time later. Like you hear the door close, sort of situation. Into your room.
So maybe he'd like use the restroom or something.
Potentially. And then finally, I'm gonna end this with Sasha and Cyan's conversation about last night, for the sake of it, for the sake of Sasha's mentality.
What? Okay. So it's me and her are walking towards the store, but
You
I
and
stop.
Omar walking toward the dessert.
Well, I look at Omar. I'm like, okay, walk ahead. I need to talk to Cyan for a little bit. Omar, do you agree?
Alice is setting things up.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna say yes. He has walked ahead. And so I look at her. I'm like, hey, like I can tell by this morning, you thought something possibly happened, but you know, I don't do that. I'm asexual. I don't have those kind of intentions in a relationship, and I'm not saying this is what that is, but I don't want you to ever feel like that is what happened.
She kind of puts one of her fingers to her lips and goes, shame, would have been nice, and runs a finger across the bottom of your cheek and starts walking off to the direction.
My face gets beet red.
As it should.
And I just freeze and I just watch her just keep going forward.
She gives a little shimmy shake on the way, like kind of overly moving the hips in a specific pattern. You know, like she knows you're watching her sort of situation. It moves in kind of a strut kind of manner. A power strut, to be specific.
So look in chat, that's exactly my reaction. I'm just drenched in my own sweat, just trying to fan myself off.
Got it. All right. And with that, I'm going to ask Elias, did you want to join them for Bedazzers as well? Kaito?
Sorry, I had to use the restroom real quick.
Oh, sorry.
Do I want to join their group for Bedazzers in the morning?
Yes.
I mean, it really depends on what Julie's doing in the morning.
Julie?
I'm awake now?
You're awake now. We're catching everyone up real fast. I'm bouncing around.
When I wake up, is Elias in the room?
Yes.
Alright.
Probably just waiting, sitting on the bed watching you.
I had my long rest.
Sitting, watching, waiting.
I'll probably go down to the bar and wait for everyone to like get back together so she can like relay some of the information she learned from the dwarves. And possibly like tell them we should go to either the tower / library or the mayor's place next.
All right. I will say this as the two of you come downstairs, you notice quite frequently and quite quickly Sasha pulling sign out of the building going, "We're getting my puppy! Our puppy!" That is the last thing you notice. And it's like more of this, as that's where we're probably gonna close it for tonight. All right, so we're probably gonna close that there for tonight, and we're gonna move ourselves. And for the sake of others, that's where we're gonna move ourselves.
Okay.
So, and for the fun fact, Atlas, since you're gonna probably get started, we're probably gonna hop and join on your channel for the last stream.
That's okay. No pressure though whatsoever. Because it's just gonna be me talking for like the whole night, I think.
That's fine. I probably will be going to bed myself shortly. I have to wake up at ridiculously early hours because I have to wake up and be there for when someone shows at my house at 8 o'clock in the morning.
You haven't told me about that.
6 hours.
I did actually tell you about this, Nene. It's the thing that I'm angry with my parent about. I'll explain afterward.
I think I remember.
Yes. Regardless of that being said, we're gonna go raid Atlas now.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yay!
Yeah. I knew you're getting ready, so we're gonna go head on over and do that. Because here's the thing: I always raid. That is my #1 thing. Even if even at the end of the night it's just me here, I'm always raiding it. I will always raid it. That is the most important. That is a thing I will always do. So prepare yourself. Actually, no. Prepare for trouble and make it double because there's 2 of us coming. You better believe that I am putting the whole Team Rocket monologue in there, and someone better help me with that.
Just Meowth though.
That depends. That depends if we're all. If